A big blow to the Mag Mile. Macy's is closing up shop at Water Tower Place. Macy's, and before that, Marshall Fields.
Now at Marshall Fields.
Marshall Fields. What do we want?
Macy's at the Water Tower Place in Chicago originally opened in 1975 as the legendary department store Marshall Fields. In 2006, the store became a Macy's, and now in 2021, the store is in the process of closing. This store has a very unique layout. It is actually 8 floors. Floors 1 through 7 are all women's clothing and cosmetics and whatnot. Meanwhile, floor 8 is where the men's, the kids, and the home department is. Floor 8 is massive. Those lower floors are all really small, but floor 8 is by far the biggest part of the store. You can actually go up on the main mall escalators to the 8th floor of Macy's. It is a very unique layout in my opinion. This store last received a renovation in 2011, and it's actually very modern inside, and for Macy's, this is a very good-looking store. This video was filmed about a month before the store was scheduled to close, and things were starting to empty out a little bit around the edges, and you'll see you will see it. But the store is still almost fully stocked. I mean, they had a ton of merchandise still, and they finally were getting serious about getting rid of stuff, so everything was 60% off. Almost everything was 60% off. There were a lot of good deals, and the store was very busy. Last August, the news reports started swirling right after there was a massive round of looting that happened in downtown Chicago that Macy's was looking into closing this store. And they blamed it. The mayor of Chicago said they already had the decision made prior to the pandemic. I think this store was going to close anyways. Macy's as a company is struggling. They are not doing well. They are closing stores left and right. This is an expensive store to operate. And for Macy's, it probably just isn't worth having 2 stores in downtown Chicago. They have the original Marshall Fields flagship store a few miles away, and that one is more of a tourist attraction, and I think it does better in sales. There's a lot of competition on the Magnificent Mile area. You have Nordstrom, Neiman Marcus, Saks Fifth Avenue, and Bloomingdale's all on the same street within blocks of each other. Macy's is kind of down market compared to a lot of their competition, and while they might have been profitable, this might have not been the most cost-efficient operation for them. Macy's as a company is struggling, and I think this closure is more reflective on Macy's problems than Chicago's or the Mag Mile's problems. Yes, this is going to be a very difficult space to fill and might significantly harm the Water Tower Place Mall and potentially kill it. There's no department store that's going to be willing to take this space. However, I still think the Magnificent Mile area will get through this. It has gotten through a lot of rough periods, And simply, if you look at all the stores that are still staying, the Macy's closing will not be enough to kill the area off. That's just my opinion. At this point, we begin our very long descent down to the lower floors of the store. Each of these floors is going to be tiny though, so you'll see. The entire store was extremely well kept, and they did a pretty good job organizing things. The store also was very clean. For a liquidation sale, this was probably one of the cleanest ones that I have ever been to. The sixth floor was completely empty, devoid of basically any merchandise. It seems like they really wanted to clear this floor out immediately. Oh, there's some silver mannequins just staring at you, staring you down, all lined up. There's a dead one on the floor. This is the fifth floor, and it by far felt like the smallest floor in the entire store. It almost was like the size of like maybe a specialty shop in the mall. If you look at the mall directory, you can really see this. This store it feels a lot bigger than it really is. The store is 323,000 square feet, with only 227,000 square feet of that being selling space, spread across 8 floors. It's a very unique space, and I don't think there's any other department store like this in the United States. Marshall Field stores had a lot of amazing architecture in them, and I think they were amazing spaces. Every single one was interesting and very fancy. Macy's took over Marshall Fields in 2006, and people were not happy about it. To this date, every September 6th, there's still a group that protests the name change from Marshall Fields to Macy's. They maintain a website, a Facebook group, I don't know if it's worth a cause that is really worth putting a lot of energy into fighting for, but it really represents the animosity that a lot of people have toward Macy's to this day. Yeah, they're not going to fix that escalator. This is the 4th floor, and they had it filled up with just random fixtures and stuff they could pull from the back. To the right was where the salon once was. To get down to the next floor, I had to walk down the up escalator. They had it turned off, and it was turned into a set of stairs. It was a little awkward, but it worked. They once had a styling service behind that door. I really liked this area of the store, and it was definitely one of my favorite parts. It's very fancy over here. So on this next floor, I had some technical difficulties where, let's just say there was a lot of floor camera, and I'm guessing you don't want to look at that the entire time. The second floor is where the shoe department is, and obviously you can't see anything because you're looking at the floor. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. It's not like I hate shoes or anything, but I did get this picture. So you do that. Then at the end of the floor is this nice top level of this main atrium. Here's a picture. And that goes from the second floor, the mezzanine, and then the main floor. We're going down to the mezzanine right now. Yeah, I also screwed up this one too, so here's another picture. This overlooks down onto the main first floor. It's a beautiful sight. There's some rugs down there. Okay, it's fixed now. Sorry guys about that. Now we're going down to the first floor. This first floor is quite grand and it's very beautiful. It is peak Marshall Field's design in all ways. We're going past the jewelry department and, you know, the ubiquitous rug people who show up. Back into this very interesting area. This was once a cafe, and it was also where they sold frangos and other stuff. The cafe made it all the way until March of 2020 when the pandemic hit in. And that's impressive, actually. It was definitely a unique little end of the store. Right now, I'm going a little bit out into the lower level of the mall and right back into the store again. Walking into this space was very impressive, and it's almost like this lobby was too nice to be a Macy's. It's very sad to see this store close. It leaves a huge mark on Michigan Avenue. We lose a very interesting architectural gem of a building. I hope that you enjoyed taking one more tour of Macy's at the Water Tower Place with me. And if you liked this video, I would really appreciate it if you considered subscribing. I don't know, it'd be nice. Right now, I would like to end the video with just some closing clips of the area surrounding the store with some of the mall entrances too. So